All right, good Monday morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those that observe and celebrate. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Eric Burke. This is a Weather Extra, a pretty genuinely quiet stretch of weather here as we go through the work and school week. I know a lot of students had to go back to the classroom today after spring break last week. Some students, this is their spring break, depends on what district you're in. Hope you had a chance to enjoy at least some of your weekend. I know Saturday was an active day of weather, 48 First Alert Weather Day. We had tornado warnings popping up early in the morning, about 3 a.m. for you in Franklin County. I was tracking that alongside meteorologist Jeff DeNoyer. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis, Chelsea Aaron. I was here as well, just didn't see a lot of me tracking those storms. A lot of wind damage, a lot of heavy rainfall, 4 to 6+ inches of rain falling in many communities. And that obviously is going to lead to flash flooding. And we still have some areas and roadways that might have water over them, so travel with caution. Probably the most impressive thing was not only the tornado. The National Weather Service is going to do a survey today in Coleman County. That was that Sipsey tornado. That was confirmed on radar and from spotters on the ground. A lot of damage there in Sipsey. And that tracked into Coleman County, so they'll survey that. And the Weather Service is also heading out to Lexington area to see if they had straight line winds or maybe even a spin-up tornado. As far as our weather today, it was a cold start to your Monday. Temperatures this morning dropped to freezing in several areas. A lot of you just waking up, though, in the mid to upper 30s. Speaking of that heavy rainfall, take a look at all the water that they're letting out of Wilson Dam from Wilson Lake here, and that's probably going to be letting that water out for several days now. Checking a few thermometers as we look at your Monday temperatures right now, 10:30, and we haven't warmed up a whole lot, about 10 degrees in spots. If you just saw the Shoals camera there, you know we have plenty of sunshine, barely a cloud in the sky, and it's still only 39 degrees in Winchester, 47 in the Shoals, 45 in Moulton, 45 Albertville, and 45 in Coleman. And a lot of this just has to do with the direction of the wind. But if you look at your temperature change compared to the same time yesterday actually not a bad day. Some of you unfortunately having to do some cleanup, but we're 10 to 20 degrees colder than the same time yesterday. And it has to do with the wind. It's out of the north and west. Pretty breezy day. These are your sustained winds right now out of the north and northeast almost. A little bit of veering there with the wind, but sustained wind anywhere from 7 to 13 miles per hour. And we are forecasting some wind gusts as we go through the rest of the day, mainly through early afternoon. Probably 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts, could even top out around 25. That would be more isolated in nature, but pretty breezy day coming your way. And the warming today is going to be incredibly slow. If you have any plans to take the kids out to the park or anything, make sure they've got more than probably just a sweatshirt on. I'd suggest some kind of a heavier jacket, but we will continue to warm up here. Later this afternoon, temperatures will eventually reach the mid to upper 50s. So not the warmest day, but Thursday is actually going to be the coldest day of the week. 57 at 3, 59 there around 5 p.m. Now, late tonight into tomorrow, we've got clear skies, calm conditions, could see some areas of fog popping up, but our low temperatures will be quite cold, falling to 38 degrees. Some of you might even be colder than that. And if you look at our low temperature trend, this is not even going to be the coldest morning we've had all week. Waking up this morning, I mentioned some of you were at freezing, but the low temperatures Friday morning will fall into the upper 20s to low 30s. So that's why we always tell you, hey, I know we've had some warm days. It'll be 70+ degrees tomorrow, but you got to watch those overnight temperatures before you start getting too crazy planting the garden, planting your flowers and everything. So that's why we always tell you to hold off. Usually, as we head into April, you can go ahead and get started on those things. 3-day forecast here, if I could find it for you. Here it is. Tomorrow, pretty nice day incoming, 73. The difference will be the wind direction. We'll see a lot of sunshine again, south-southwesterly wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour, maybe some gusts 20 to 25, and then waking up on Wednesday morning right around 50 degrees, so a far warmer start. Clouds will continue to push in as we go through the day on Wednesday, but still warming to 75 degrees. By the afternoon on Wednesday, could see some isolated showers and storms popping up ahead of a cold front. and we're going to look at your hour-by-hour forecast here in a second, and I'll show you what we're talking about. But that cold front that comes through Wednesday evening will bring scattered to numerous rain showers and storms. We're really not forecasting severe potential here for Wednesday night into Thursday, but what we are going to look at is maybe a few isolated stronger storms, and that would be more in the small hail, frequent lightning, probably 30+ mile per hour wind gusts, and we're going to get to your hour-by-hour forecast right now. So as we go through the rest of the day, here is, once it comes up for you, there you go. Temperatures at 1, still in the low to mid 50s. That's about all the warming we've got. Maybe some of you out west could make a run at 60 if you're in the shoals. Now overnight tonight, clear skies, calm winds. We cool down. I think the model taking a little bit of a warm bias as far as our overnight temperatures. I think we will fall into the mid to upper 30s, but it really turns out to be a nice day. And tomorrow warms up a lot faster. By lunchtime today, we're probably at about 50. By tomorrow at lunchtime at noon, right around 60 degrees or at least upper 50s. Has to do with that wind out of the south and west. Couple high clouds start to push in for your Tuesday evening commute before becoming partly to mostly cloudy by daybreak on Wednesday. Wednesday morning temperatures, upper 40s, low 50s. This will be a very breezy day. Wind will be south-southwesterly, gusting 30 miles per hour, but that's warm air advection at its finest, and that warm air is going to boost our highs into the low to mid 70s. Now, as we go into Wednesday, kind of evening hours, 6, 7 o'clock, if you see here, the model is hinting at some isolated showers and storms popping up. Now, I looked at some of the model data. We don't have a lot of energy, nothing like the energy we had available, or that CAPE that you hear us talking about in joules per kilogram. Not a ton of energy to work with. So a little bit of instability, but as that cold front starts to push in, we see these storms popping up, maybe becoming a bit more widespread or at least numerous in nature. A few of the storms could be strong with those 30+ mile per hour winds, potential for pea to maybe dime size hail, frequent cloud to ground lightning, and heavy rainfall. Now this won't be 4 to 6 inches of rainfall like we saw on Saturday with our severe storms, but it will still be rainfall, probably a quarter to half an inch. Actually, I could show you what the models are thinking as far as our forecast rainfall for that Wednesday night into Thursday morning period. Earlier this morning, it was about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for a lot of places, maybe some higher amounts there into northwest Alabama, and that's a location that saw about 6+ inches of rain. So half a foot of rain fell in 24 hours. I know a lot of you were sending me photos and videos of flooding ongoing in your area, and that was one of the more widespread issues that we had. But we'll keep you updated on Wednesday evening. Again, overall threat for severe storms is going to be low, but a few stronger storms are certainly possible. Finally, a quiet stretch of weather here. We've got 75 on Wednesday before those storms start to pop up through the evening. Big temperature drops. So the cold front that triggers those scattered to numerous rain showers and storms Wednesday night into Thursday, it not only does that, but it effectively drops our temperatures a lot. Now, it won't be terribly cold waking up on Thursday morning. We'll be in the low 40s, but a high on Thursday for your first day of spring, that vernal or spring equinox. I'm going to double check here, but I believe it's 4:01 a.m. Yeah, the vernal equinox, March 20th, 2025 at 4:01 a.m. So our first partial day of the spring season. I won't say full day of spring. We only have a high temperature of 53, and that day looks breezy too. Winds will be northwesterly. Even with the clearing skies through the day on Thursday, mostly sunny, partly cloudy, we really only warm up into the upper 40s, low 50s. And then the coldest morning of the week, that will be waking up on Friday. Morning temps in the upper 20s to low 30s. Not a bad end of the week on Friday, high of 64. Next weekend looks quite nice. We'll have temperatures in the low to mid 70s, so you can make those outside plans. I feel like we kind of got gypped of this past weekend just because of the severe weather threat, and then unfortunately a lot of those St. Patrick's Day celebrations, today the official St. Patrick's Day holiday, but a lot of the parades in Huntsville, for example, first time that parade has been canceled in 40+ years, and that's always a good time. I've been several times myself, but we've got temperatures in the low 70s, Maybe some isolated showers popping up both Saturday and Sunday. We'll keep an eye out on those rain chances for you, but at least temperatures are warmer. Monday of next week, we've got another weak front coming in, and that will knock down our temperatures into the mid to upper 60s. So not a lot to go over. Of course, our next weather maker, that is going to be on Wednesday evening. As we're tracking those showers and storms, some storms could be strong coming in, and with that cold front, if anything changes, we will let you know, of course, on air, online, on your 48 weather app. You always get those videos. I'm sure a lot of you had your weather app going off over the weekend with those warnings coming out, tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings. Good tool to have along with that NOAA weather radio. So that's going to wrap up Weather Extra. Again, Tennessee Valley Living starts at 11 a.m. with Peyton Walker, and I will be there as well. And then the noon newscast with Gina Benitez, and I'll have a full look at your forecast then. Have a great Monday, a great St. Patrick's Day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30 for Weather Extra.